Hello there, it's Kiki for Sacred Shadow Alchemy, and in these days it's the Virgo new moon, the energy of the Virgo new moon, and right with this back to school atmosphere, and Virgo is all about routines and habits, so I want to look at with you what you need, in which area, what you need to do for routines, and in which area you need to use this energy right now as a clean slate to build your dream life. So let's have a look. Alors, dans quel domaine ils doivent prendre de nouvelles habitudes le collectif pour un nouveau départ, construire une vie de rêve. So the first card that came out and jumped at me, the other ones are still hidden, so we will look at them later, a bit later. But this card jumped out. It's about challenges, so maybe it's an area of your life which is changing right now, so maybe you can think a bit about it. That's where you need to look at. So maybe it's your health, maybe you have intended to go for walks or for runs or to the gym or something, and you haven't yet because you always find reasons and excuses, but now it's time to face what's difficult. But it's a playful challenge. It's not a heavy energy. It's playful and light. So if you have intended to begin again with a sport routine, for instance, look for something that is challenging but playful, pleasant, so that it's not a chore. But we can have a look. Maybe we will have more precisions. I'm hearing maybe do it with friends, and that's how you progress. For instance, if you have been stuck on a project because you can't do it on your own, if you are the kind of person who is really good in teamwork, or like when you were in a team for sports, for instance, at school or something, and now you think, why can't I make myself run? Why can't I make myself go to the gym? Maybe that's why, because you need the structure of other people. Maybe you need accountability, or maybe if you are saying to yourself, I don't have time to make sport, to go to the gym because I have no time for my social life. So why would I need to add even more to my plate? Maybe it's how you do it. For instance, I work a lot these days, and I have a business with a friend. It's another YouTube channel, and my dog is dreaming, so maybe it's time to fulfill your dreams. And I socialize on walks with the dog. I have a lot of doggo friends, and I don't have a lot of time to see my friends these days. For coffee dates or stuff, but I do have to walk the dogs every day. So I just say to my friends, come and walk with me. So that's a way to combine both, and that's a way to make something that sometimes feels like a chore, like a treat instead of a chore. So maybe that's a hint for you to do that. But let's have a look at the other cards who fell off the table, and I will take them one by one as a surprise. Joy again! This whole September, this card is coming out like in every single reading this last few weeks. It's about finding joy, following your joy, and new beginnings. So if it's like about your physical health, your bodily health, and sports and movement, do something that brings you joy. Like for me, I tried CrossFit, for instance, because I've read that it's the most effective way to go to the gym, and I did enjoy it to a certain point, but I have a heart condition, and it was too hard for my heart, and afterwards I needed days and days to recover, and it didn't make fun anymore. So instead, I dance, I walk, I do yoga, I do whatever I like, because the main thing is not to do the most effective sport that there is. It is just to move your body. So, and to move it every day in a joyful way. So maybe that's about joy, and something, pleasant movement. And it's if it's not about sport or health, what you need to do, the challenge, maybe it's about bringing more pleasant activities in your routines. Because if over the last few weeks or months you have been really diligent with your obligations, with no time for things that bring you joy, it's great to have a big sense of responsibilities and to take your life seriously, but life is about playing too. So maybe the challenge for you is to free up some time to do pleasant things, because in French we say métro boulot dodo. So if your life is only about riding the subway and go to work and then go back to sleep, that's not life. Life is here to be enjoyed. Yes, speaking of joy, it's about your dreams coming true. Like the universe set up the table for yourself, you just are waiting for the guest and you make the guest list. So this one, maybe it's about socializing in pleasant ways. Maybe it's a challenge for you, like it is for me, like now, right now. You get to make the guest list. So maybe it's about assessing who do you give time and energy to. Just give time and energy to friends who fill you with joy, with whom you can have pleasant activities, nice activities. I don't know, sign up for some class with a friend, for instance, if you want to do both, to pursue a hobby or a passion and to socialize. Make time for it. And if it's not about social life, but about, as usual, it's a collective reading, so take what resonates. I give a lot of examples because it's coming like that, because there are people that need to hear it. Maybe the challenge is about making time to make your dreams come true, like in the real world, in the material world. Maybe you dream a lot, but you don't take action. Maybe it's about now carving some time out and build habits around creating your best life. And the last reading, if I remember correctly, is about the fear of being seen for artists. So if you feel called to watch it, I think this one is tied to the overreading. So if you have been neglecting your dreams and your art or your creation, it's about how to make time for that. And if you want a no bullshit approach to that, she is one of my favorite resources and go-to. It's the book Everything is Figure Outable by Mary Forleo. It's a great book about how to make things happen for you. And can you imagine if you tie up like your cosmic powers, your cosmic 5D powers to manifest from the universe, and you tie it up to your action, like to your, because the Virgo energy is really down to earth, is really, yes, about structure and habits and make things happen. Then can you imagine the power that you have to make it your dream life come true? Wouldn't it be amazing? So just do it, make it happen. So what's next? What do we have? Burden. Yeah, so I have strong this vibe about métro boulot dodo, what I was talking about before. So maybe the way to carve out some time for things you enjoy, for people you enjoy, would be to let go of certain burdens in your life. So take a close look at your habits right now. Just assess, what are you doing right now? Like these days, what are your habits? What do you allocate time to, or to which people? And just let go of some of it. Let go of what is burdening you. Spend less time with people who take a lot of your energy. Spend less time doing stuff you don't enjoy. Maybe you can delegate some activities or chores you don't want to do. Like last year, I think, or January, it doesn't matter. Like last winter, I was really tired, and I had a lot of work to do, really a lot. And I took a break from the obligation of grocery shopping and cooking. I found a service who would deliver like healthy meals, and of course it was a bit more expensive than cooking myself, but not that much when I consider all the time I was spending for grocery shopping and cooking and cleaning afterwards. So that's not something I can afford all the time, but I did afford it back then because it freed up, I think I had calculated like 14 hours of my day, not of my day, of my week, and I could invest this time in work, and it was like, in the end, at the end of the day, less expensive for me to delegate the cooking and earn money than it would have been to do the shopping and cooking myself, because I didn't have the time to do all of it. I had such a workload, so I did it just for 1 month, this delivery service, but it really eased my burden. So maybe have a close look at how you are spending your time right now, and maybe you can like give grade to the activities that you are doing, and not, of course, the time factor matters, but look at it in terms of energy. Like, what is taking a lot of energy, what comes easy to you, what flows easily to you, what gives you, because when you are in the flow, when you follow your joy, when you follow your excitement, it doesn't matter how much time it takes. Like, I could do tarot readings for hours on it. I did once with friends. We had a little party and I pulled cards for like 5 hours straight or something, and it didn't deplete me. In quite the contrary, afterwards I couldn't sleep. I was like, as I said at the time, I was drunk with cosmic energy. It gave me a lot of energy. So of course the time matters, but look mostly on the energy. What gives you energy? Maybe you can have a list, like gives me energy, depletes me from my energy, and try to get rid of some of these activities that are taking you a lot of energy. Can you delegate it? Can you just not do it? Like, take a break. Like, the world won't collapse if you stop for 1 week to do something, just so that you can catch your breath and free up a bit of free time. Like, don't do your laundry for 2 weeks if you have enough stuff to wear. The world won't collapse. Take a break. And last but not least, yes, take a break and go away from these burdens. Maybe plan a trip. Maybe you need some fresh air, like a change of scenery. Maybe plan a trip. Maybe the new habit doesn't have to be something you do daily. Maybe what brings you joy is to travel, and you neglected this part of yourself, and now it's time to integrate the travel in your routines or in your life in general. And if it's not about you traveling, maybe you can have guests from all over the world, because it's always so interesting. Like I was back in the day, I was in a couch surfing community. I didn't travel a lot myself because I have a small child, and even if I enjoy to travel, it's not that important to me. I travel a lot in my mind through books and so on. But I did love to have a lot of guests from all around the world. They always had interesting stories and insights, and yeah, it's always a joy to have a lot of different people at home. So maybe that's something you should do. We'll have a look at it maybe. What is it, this Six of Swords about? Parlez-moi du 6 d'épée, s'il vous plaît. Voilà. So if this Six of Swords is not about travel, it's about releasing old wounds. The Strength again, it's been coming up a lot in the readings too lately. And the Wheel of Fortune has been coming up a lot too. And the Four of Pentacles too. So I'm hearing boundaries. So maybe the way that you can build these new habits is about having the strength to have strong boundaries. It's about conflicts too, so maybe the conflicts in your schedule, that you will have to let go of stuff so that you can make room for new activities or more time for what is really important to you. And again, in the last reading, we had the Emperor and the Empress coming together, and again, we have like a power couple, and it's about channeling like one feminine aspect of your nature and one masculine aspect. It's about passion and leadership. So maybe these new habits need to be about something that you are passionate about. And this king is a born leader. So if you want to build a community to lead in one area or the other, maybe you could work on this fear of being seen, because it's been in the energy lately, and that's what I am talking about in the last reading, so go watch it if you haven't yet. And the Queen is about, like, she's super self-confident, she knows her self-worth, and she can receive. So maybe you should ask for help, because you need to rest. Like these two cards showing up together in a reading, for me, it's giving strong burnout vibes. You need to rest. So maybe you were thinking in the beginning of the reading, how am I supposed to make it work, to make room for new habits, when I barely get to do everything that I need to do, everything that I need to get done? Maybe you don't need to do everything yourself. Delegate. Ease your burden. To ask for help is not a weakness. It's because, think it with the other way around. When something asks you for help, when someone asks you for help, someone you love, do you sit and think, they're so weak, why can't they do that on their own? Why do I have to help them? No, first, you don't have to. You can have boundaries if it's your problem, if you are helping too much, because here you have the Justice showing up, and here the Nine of Pentacles, the person alone yes, she's living her best life, but when she's not in balance, she or he, doesn't matter, then she thinks she's like hyper independent to the point where she burns herself out. So maybe that's what needs to be alchemized, to be balanced. If you are someone who has the tendency to give too much, then say no a little bit more, even if it creates conflicts. People will adjust, don't worry. And the people who don't, like, if you lose people on the way because they can't abuse your time and energy anymore, then it's not a big loss. But people who love you, they will adjust, they will understand. And if you never say no, why? Like, people can't read your mind. Express yourself. How are they supposed to know that you mean no when you say yes? So boundaries. But if, on the contrary, you are someone with the tendency of wanting to do it all on your own, then ask for help. People will gladly help you. The right people will do. And that's how you create more time, more space, more energy to do what matters to you, to follow your passion. If it's a love reading, because we do have this couple showing up, if you are single and your wish would be to have someone, but you think, I have no time for dating, it's a challenge to date, I don't know how to date. Like in my case, when I became single again, last time I had gone out on dates, like to flirt with someone, it was like 15 years ago. So I was like, how do people do that nowadays? I had to learn, but just make something fun. Maybe you don't need to go on dating app or to look for someone. Maybe just do what lights you up. Do your hobby. Sign up for this class, and you will meet someone there. But for me, it's more about. It's not about it. It can be about the love for certain people watching me, but it's certainly about passion. What is your passion in life? I feel like right now you don't feel very passionate about your life. You feel a bit dull, a bit burned out, you need rest. You have like a scarcity mindset maybe around your passion, like it's either I have a job that is secure or I am a penniless artist or something. It doesn't have to be like this. You can have both. It's just a matter of time. Like everyone has the same 24 hours. It's about how do you do that. Of course, if you have kids and a full-time job and stuff, it's maybe more challenging than someone who is like single and living alone with no kids and no pets and a lot of free time on their hands. But it doesn't mean that it has to be impossible. I know a lot of people with no constraints at all who do nothing with their life, or nothing interesting, or nothing passionate. They just sit around on the couch and scroll on social media. And sometimes I think, hey, they could do so much. It's not about doing. Of course, it's okay to rest and stuff, but if you have dreams, you can always fulfill them. And if you have a lot on your plate, maybe it won't be as quick as someone with a lot of free time, but it's doable. Never underestimate what you can achieve if you do a bit of it every day. Like, I am a single mom and I have 2 YouTube channels and I write books and I have a job and stuff, and doing YouTube videos and doing tarot readings lights me up, so I make time for it. For that, I don't watch TV, for instance. I can't remember the last time I watched a show, because when I have a bit of free time, I want to invest it in my YouTube channel or to see friends or to rest. So of course you will have to make sacrifices. But don't do all the sacrifices in the same area. Like, do not sacrifice only what's fun in your life, because sometimes we have the tendency, when we don't have a lot of energy, to cut all the fun stuff and just to keep what we have to do. So if you cut time with your friends, maybe try to work 1 or 2 hours less a week, or let family, friends and family help you with your kids or something, so that if you cut things out of your life to make more time, so that it's balanced, because balance is a big word here. And find your own way. You don't have to do it like everyone else. You can find your own way, and you can manage these conflicts. If it's with people around your schedule, just have strong boundaries. People who don't understand, like, sometimes people get triggered when you try to fulfill your dreams, because they have dreams too, but they don't do anything about it. So maybe they will not be willing to help you, or they will criticize you or call you selfish, but really don't listen to them. It's just projection. It's the same like if you know the biggest couch potato on earth and you want to make sport again, and you begin, and they try to say, oh, come and have and party with us, and you say no, because I want to be able to run at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and say, oh, you're such a joy killer, come on, just once, it won't hurt you, it won't kill you. They try, of course it's unconscious, they don't say themselves in their head, I don't like it that you are taking control of your health, because I know that I should do that too, but I don't, because I'm not motivated enough, I'm not disciplined enough, it's not important enough to me, so that I make the sacrifices. So let's just sabotage your efforts. Of course it's unconscious, it's not what they tell themselves in their head, but it's how it's there that you need the strong boundaries, even if it means that you have a conflict with someone who is dear to you. But maybe you can have a quick look before we wrap it up with what happens for you if you manage to make this leap of faith, to begin anew, to embody these new habits of yours. Ok, qu'est-ce qui se passe si prennent toutes ces bonnes habitudes pour son nouveau départ? Merci. Strength again, it makes you stronger. Oh, I knew it would show up because it peaked 7-7. So maybe you are seeing a lot of sevens right now as a confirmation these days. And this showing up again, the Chariot and the King of Cups. So it will help push you through these new habits, this new discipline, this new strength. If you summon the strength to do that, the discipline to do that, the discipline to really to not break the chain of your new habits, to have an honest look at your life and how you are spending your time, and carving out free time for your projects, for your habits to change, for what you want to change in your life. Maybe some excuses will sneak out, but you can beat them. You can just say this is just an excuse. Again, Marie Forleo, her book will help you. And it's a remedy to your confusion too. For instance, if you have a lot of projects and you don't know where to start, and that's why you don't do anything, then just start, pick one. It's no matter, like, all the options are valid. Just start and step on your path in one direction. And like for me, I have a lot of projects too, and what I do, I just pick one project for the week, and every day I do 1 to 2 hours if I can. I try at least 1 hour, 2 is ideal. I have a tracker here I have a tracker where I just follow what have I done, so that I know if I'm behind. I'm not really behind, even if I don't do that. It doesn't know what I mean, but like to have it inside so that I can know, I haven't. I wanted, for instance, I wanted to work 10 hours a week on this project, and I only did 7, so it's good enough, but where in my week can I do 3 more hours, for instance, so that I have it in mind, so that it doesn't, so that the time doesn't flies by and then it's the end of the year and I did nothing. Just as a friendly reminder for myself. And I don't beat myself up. Sometimes life happens. It's okay. But it helps to come back on track. So if you have a lot of projects and you don't know where to start, just pick one for 1 week and go as far as you can for the week. And then the next week, you can change the project and see which project is giving you joy, excitement, which one is easy. So it will help with clarity, to clarify what do you want to be working on. And it will help you to push through some self-sabotaging patterns if you have them. So look for them. Like every time you feel resistance throughout the project, ask yourself, why do you feel resistance? Like if you want to wake up early in the morning to work on your heart project, but you can't, like you sleep in every single day and then you snooze and it's stressful all day, and you say, you see, I don't have time. Maybe you're not excited to get up, because if it's for something you really want to, like let's say you just begin a trip to the country where you have always been dreaming of traveling to. Of course, if your flight would be at 4 a.m. in the morning, you would get up in time and go there. So if you are too tired to show up for yourself and fulfill your dreams, then some things need to change in your life. Maybe some tiny changes. Maybe your self-sabotaging stuff is not that a big deal. Maybe it's just that you scroll on social media until midnight. So of course you can't wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning to go for a run or to write on your book or to launch your business or your side hustle or whatever. So look at your patterns. Maybe track your time for a week just to see what happens. Where does your time flies by? And what you win is like more stability, more emotional stability, because if you do something that fulfills you, of course you will feel more balanced emotionally and then more available for the people around you. Because people who snap at other people are oftentimes the people where their patience is over, because they have so much obligations that don't light them up. Yes, and again, 2 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. If you follow your heart and your passions and you make the time for these new habits, it can strengthen your relationship if you have one, or maybe you will meet someone, or you will meet new people to work with, and it will help build a solid foundation for your future. So if it's about the health, for instance, it will help you to age with grace, to stay healthy, so that you have a chance one day to see your grandkids. And it's cute, you have a golden retriever on the card, and I have one right here behind me that is chewing on a bone. That's what you are hearing right now. So be willing to learn new skills. I'm hearing beginner's mind, so if you don't know where to start, ask around, find a mentor, read a book, maybe it's your start point. Make a plan and just start somewhere. Start a tiny habit. It doesn't matter where you start, as far as you start something. And then you will see that you will build on momentum and you will find clarity as you walk the path. Paths are made by walking. It's not sometimes you don't have the map. You create the map as you go. So experiment. You don't have to have the perfect routine from the scratch. Just pick one thing. If you are a morning person, then don't self-sabotage yourself. Go early to bed, rise early, and just start something. And if you are a night owl, then maybe cancel some social event in the evening. Not everything, because everyone needs a social life, of course, but just assess how you would spend your evenings. Maybe you dumb scroll, maybe you watch shows, or I don't know. Just look what you can erase. Right now it doesn't have to be forever, just for the time being, so that you build these new habits to help you create a better life for yourself if you have felt burdened over the last few months or years, who knows how long it came again. So it will be challenging, of course, but you can master it because it's a playful challenge. It's doable. So I think we are done. Nothing is coming through anymore. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, it was a collective reading, so take what resonates, and I hope it helped. Maybe you can write in the comments which new habits have you always wanted to start, or are you thinking of starting? And use this new moon energy, new moon, fresh start. You can do it. And even if it's a tiny little habit, you don't have to make like 1 or 2 hours a day like I am doing it. I have been stacking it up. I began with far less. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.